Kendrick Lamar unites two of the largest street gangs in America. Plus, director Lee Daniels and comedian Monique are teaming up again. And while Diddy looks like he's preparing for trial, gospel singer Dottie Peoples is out here tying the knot. Hey, critics, welcome to the weekend and welcome back to the Critic Chronicles YouTube channel where you get commentary, reviews, and tabloid news. I'm your host, Patricia Hartley. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. It's Saturday, June 22nd, 2024. Hey, critics, it's time to chronicle. Now, I've been speaking to you throughout the month about the Tiny Desk concerts. You know, they're celebrating Black Music Month over there on the NPR's YouTube channel. They've showcased so many different artists. If you go back and listen to the previous episodes from specifically the month of June, I talk about many of the artists along the way in the episodes that are available on the NPR's YouTube channel. I wanted to highlight some additional concerts that really did stick out because I talked about some a few episodes ago, but T-Pain has an amazing Tiny Desk concert. Usher has a great Tiny Desk concert. So does Charlie Wilson. You can check out Erica Badu if that's more your style. Summer Walker, y'all, Summer Walker. Her music is also available on Hoopla. She's a great artist. She has a great voice. But she also has a great Tiny Desk concert. Anthony Hamilton has a great Tiny Desk concert along with Kirk Franklin. But see, my thing about Kirk Franklin's though, I believe he did his during like the pandemic time because it was recorded either like at home. I want to see Kirk Franklin and the family like in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Like I can only imagine the gospel energy that would flow through the room. Kirk, what's up with them dance moves though? Stop. I don't know what you're doing on stage, but it's not looking godly sometimes. Okay, but that's how I felt when I first heard Stomp. Shout, baby. If we was playing those Stomp, I wouldn't mind going to the church house. I'm just saying we know the music ministry drives. We know the music ministry drives it. Okay. And y'all, of course, the continuation of the honoring of Black Music Month, I gotta highlight some albums that's available on Hoopla. Again, Hoopla is a free platform that's available through your local library, but you gotta get your library card. This time I'm actually gonna highlight in honor of this past weekend, which was actually Father's Day, as well. I want to talk about the best male hip hop artists that are BET Award nominees, and they are Gunna 2024. His album One of One is available, as well as his A Gift and a Curse. Kendrick Lamar, we will talk about Kendrick Lamar later on in the show. I already gave you a little bit of a tease. He just had the concert of honestly the century at this point, bringing so many folks together. His album Good Kid, Mad City's available. To Pimp a Butterfly, Damn and the Damn Collector's Edition, as well as the Butterfly Effect, and Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. All of that's available on Hoopla. And Lil Wayne's 1999, The Block is Hot, The Block is Hot. The block is high. The block is high, high, high. All of the Carters, well, not all of them, excuse me. The one, the second one, as well as the third one. So the first three of them are available. The Leak, and then the T Wayne album. So you remember that he did an album with T-Pain? That's available. I think that was back in 2018. And then the Welcome to Collie Grove, that's a 2023 release. So he released that last year. That's available there on Hoopla as well. J. Cole, also Born Sinner deluxe version, that's available. Might Delete Later, which is the most recent album from 2024, that's also available on Hoopla. And finally, 21 Savage has a 2017 album, Slaughter King Volume 1. You can check all of those out there on Hoopla, and all of the artists that I actually named, all of them are actually nominated for a BET award. Quick reminder, you know, the BET Awards comes on is actually going to be on the 30th. So that's the end of this month. You know, I told y'all already that folks are doing a countdown, and that includes people like Black China. You can also go on the BET website. They're talking a little bit about the BET experience as well. Some pre-show things that will happen leading up until the actual BET Awards themselves. So go over to BET.com and check that out. And it's time, of course, for our public library announcement. Here at the Critic Chronicles, our goal is to provide quality but juicy content from websites, digital magazines, and tabloids, most of which are sourced from our public libraries. Resources from the National Library of Medicine show that there are an estimated 17,000 public libraries nationwide, totaling 4 million visits each day. Public libraries are civic organizations that are committed to providing invaluable resources beyond books that are free and open to the public. Get your library card to access thousands of resources today. All right, critics, you know what time it is. It's time for critical news that you can use. Up first, I got to talk about Kendrick Lamar and this pop up concert he did. It was a 3 hour long, they call it a pop out concert, right? I'm saying he popped up with the pop out concert for a sea of 17,000 people. Wow, I just said 17,000 for my library. Okay, that doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that this concert was not only epic, it's definitely going to go to, it's already historical at this point. It happened in Los Angeles, and the Associated Press says that Kendrick Lamar turned his Victory Lap concert into an LA unity celebration that included stars like Tyler the Creator, rapper YG, as well as Dr. Dre, who gave Kendrick, in my opinion, like the stamp of approval by saying Lamar was one of the greatest that ever did it. The stars in the crowd included folks like DJ Mustard, LeBron James, Rick Ross. I actually follow SZA on Instagram. So I saw her in her outfit that she posted. It was supposed to be like an incognito outfit, big hair. She had like a bonnet on, these huge sort of like long men sort of skater pants. I don't know if that's how you describe them. Forgive me. This huge baggy shirt. Like everything was baggy. I think she had on some tennis shoes. Lips was popping as always. Shout out to SZA. But she was there as well, looking incognito in the crowd. But the Associated Press article continues on about the artist feud between, Kendrick Lamar and of course Drake. That's been happening the last few months, but it had kind of quieted down a bit up until this pop-up event at for Juneteenth, happening on an iconic day. Go way to go. That's marketing probably one-on-one, and a lot of us can learn from some of that. But popping out on Juneteenth in Los Angeles in front of a sea of 17,000 people, involving so many folks, including all the folks that opened up and showcased as well. But what I really want to highlight is the fact that you brought together two of the largest street gangs in America, the Crips and the Bloods. There's video footage of them on stage collaborating and coming together and unifying what looks like, at least in the moment, as one. Kendrick said in a quote through the Associated Press article, "This ain't got nothing to do with no song at this point. It's got everything to do with this moment right here. That's what this was about, to bring all of us together." If you know, in the past few months, Kendrick made it clear that he sees Drake as a talented outsider who enjoys and profits from hip hop culture, but didn't grow up with it. This particular moment, though, was not about a beef between him and Drake. This moment was about bringing folks together. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar and the pop out concert that he did in the sea of 17,000 people. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. And speaking of coming together, listen, for years, if you're in the R&B world, Monica and Brandy has always sounded like they were in a feud, right? From specifically when they made that song together, what sounds like 25 years ago, y'all, 25 years ago. 25 years ago when they made that song, a feud just kind of started to happen in the press. Between, it seemed like the two of them, stuff was made up, stuff that was not true, according to Monica, and even past interviews from, Brandy. Well, it seems like, we've been talking about that Ariana Grande, "The Boy Is Mine" song that she did. And then in the video, as I explained on a few episodes ago, that Ariana featured Brandy and Monica in her video. Well, guess what? Because of this collaboration and now the remix that sounds so soulful with all three of them collaborating, by the way. It reminds me, y'all, if you remember the Return of the Mac days, it's like, "Return turn up the Mac, oh yeah. It gives me those kind of vibes for some reason. Well, um, this song, as I said before, is celebrating that 25 years, but it's also really um mended any tension, not just a little bit, but any tension it seems between Monica and Brandy. So there's no more Monica versus Brandy. These ladies have really come together for this unexpected, they say, remix collaboration. This was not something that they had planned. Ariana Grande brought the song out and just kind of like, helped to bring the opportunity for them to make this happen together. And, we talk about what Cat Williams said in that interview that he did with Shannon Sharp about this is the time where everything is going to be exposed. Well, I also think that this is the time for positive exposure, right? This is the time for mending those relationships. This is the time for, those things those lies that were probably in the past that had folks, departed from each other. It's time for those things to also be mended and come together. So I'm so glad to hear that. If you want to watch that exclusive interview, Monica did an exclusive interview with Entertainment Tonight regarding that just kind of collaboration with Ariana Grande and Brandy. However, also speaking about that now mended and confirmed mended relationship between her and Brandy. If y'all remember, back when the verses was popping on another level, like we had really wanted to see or know what the relationship was like between Monica and Brandy because it was rumors all those years, and we know now that half those darn rumors wasn't even true, or it was basically made up in the media for publicity stunt, or girl groups were put against each other, boy groups, even boy bands were put against each other as well, just for the sake of control and all of the things. But I'm so glad to hear that Monica and Brandy are truly friends, and maybe y'all can come up with another collaboration, and maybe it can be a little bit different this time. More of like a count on me through thick and thin. Also, oh yeah, Brandy is coming out with a movie. It's gonna be a horror movie. I don't even have the information here in front of me, but it just made me think of the fact that Brandy is coming out with a horror movie. I think that Halloween time, if you are a movie person or you are a director or a producer and you're into the film industry, that the horror film industry is wide open, especially for the culture for blacks. I think it's definitely wide open. I've met so many folks who love horror movies, and I think Brandy coming out with this movie and it being around the theme of fitting in the category, excuse me, of horror. I think that that is great. So congratulations, Brandy. I'll talk more about that on some more shows in the future, y'all, and keep you abreast of that movie because I just don't have that info here in front of me. And the BET Awards, do not forget, as a reminder, Taraji P. Henson, she's set to host the BET Awards. I've been so crazily talking about who's going to be performing and when it is, and Black China doing the countdown. I forgot to tell y'all that Taraji P. Henson was the host. Usher is also going to be receiving that Lifetime Achievement Award. Usher's been doing his thing like the past 3 years. Usher, your name has been out. You've been Vegas to showing off with the ladies. I think it was actually Kenya Moore, in spite of the fact that she has some craziness going on and she's suspended over there at the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think Kenya Moore was the one who told me that at one of the concerts in which she came to and you approached her, she said that put a lot more folks in her DM. So we shall see. But congratulations. I look forward to seeing that air on June the 30th. And y'all, Fox Soul is still nothing formally on what's going to happen with their biggest show, TGIF, that features hosts Armand Wiggins, Claudia Jordan, Al Reynolds. Nothing in terms of what's going to happen to the future of the show just yet. No shows have popped up. I haven't seen anything. They're typically on Monday through Saturday, around that 7, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, something like that. But nothing as of yet. Feel free to drop it down in the comments below if y'all see something that I don't know. And giving another update regarding someone, several media outlets have reported that Sean Diddy Combs has deleted all of his Instagram posts. And of course, I had to go and check and see, and they were absolutely right. If you go check and see as well, you probably can also understand that there's nothing on there that is posted and everything has been deleted. And so I tapped into the critics over at the MVMO channel, and they believe that Sean Diddy Combs is actually preparing for the trial of his life, which is the reason that he did this. They believe that he's trying to delete all traces of anything that might be held against him in the court of law. Right? So, remember when they shut down do y'all remember when they actually shut down Diddy from playing the Joker? And well, speaking of Halloween, right? Do y'all remember that they sent him like a cease and desist? Like it was something formal that they sent him for doing. And I wonder if they knew something that we didn't know at that point in time, or if they found out the same information that we found out about Diddy when we found it out from the public. I just wonder. And I wonder. Video footage of Diddy walking on the side of a car, in that character before they basically gave him the cease and desist. There's video footage of him walking on the side of a car, Diddy doing this, and Damus Idris is the one of the actors. He's actually on the passenger side, and I'm it just kind of gave like a deep, like a dark impression that I ain't a killer, but don't push me. I, I'm singing a song, but read between them. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. I'm glad you got out of there, Lori. Joy Chavez. Remember when that's why they was not letting Lori go nowhere by herself with Diddy. I think Steve was like, listen, if the paparazzi gonna see something, they gonna see us first. You ain't going nowhere with Diddy by yourself. Joy Chavez. You was looking happy at first with Diddy, and then I don't know, it just kind of became one of them times at the yacht where I think he was like, he didn't show his true colors shining through. And I'm not dealing with this. Then I think you sent a watch or something like that to the father of your child, Future. Mhm. Mhm. Just some interesting little things that make a big difference. Bow Wow also said that Diddy broke the code of conduct when he was tapping into Joy Chavez, but I am going to digress from that. Glad y'all got out of there, ladies. And there's still some who believe that even Carisha is still not free. There's some who even believe that. It does sound though like we are preparing for something bigger in the future as it pertains to Sean Diddy Combs. And of course, there's more to come. And speaking of more to come, maybe some thought that Mo and Lee Daniels, and by Mo, I mean comedian Monique, Academy Award winning actress Monique and Lee Daniels was a thing of the past. However, not only did that 2022 reconciliation really do them reconciling or Monique accepting Lee Daniels' apology in 2022, that's also probably why he never was a name that came up in the interview that Mo did with Shannon Sharp. Yeah. Well, it looks like they are coming together right now, and Lee Daniels is directing another film, and Monique is starring in one of the characters. But Monique is not the only star in the show. There's so many others. The movie is called The Deliverance, and it is a supernatural thriller with an all-star cast that turns the typical haunting tale on its ear, according to Essence.com. And I just got through talking about the fact that Brandy is going to be featured in an upcoming movie that gives, haunting vibes. I believe the film is actually going to be about a mother-in-law who is going to offer a certain amount of money, a family who's going to offer a certain amount of money for her to take care of her mother-in-law, her and her husband, and things are basically going to go wrong because the woman might be racist if she, putting them through hell for them funds, right? Money costs us. Money be cost the wrong money. We won't say money costs us, but like the wrong money can cost us our mental health, our health itself, all of the things. And it's a story told with a mix of faith, horror, and trauma. The film is loosely based on the true 2012 case of Latoya Ammons and her family. The story is something that Daniel said that he had been eyeing since shortly after Precious. However, for some reason, it seems that Daniel is just now getting around to it. Again, divine, I guess, timing for them to collaborate and get back together. The article continues to say that Daniels had a good experience working with Mo. If you remember, the two had a very well, I kind of just talked a little bit, about the fact that he wasn't mentioned on the Shannon Sharp interview, and I do believe it was because of the apology. So again, if anybody's listening that needs to apologize to Mo, it sounds like if you did, she wouldn't bring it up again. I'm so glad for the reunion. And I'm so glad that they have an all-star cast that includes singer Audra Day. She plays the lead role as Ebony Jackson, a mother of three. She's fighting her way out of alcoholism, trauma, and poverty. Day praised the opportunity actually to work with Lee Daniels, saying that he's my person and my partner when it comes to this craft. The Deliverance is set to hit select theaters on August the 16th and streams on Netflix August the 30th. Congratulations on collaborating and on that beautiful, beautiful opportunity to get back together for something that sounds like it's going to be magical. Speaking of magic, Dottie Peoples, she tied the knot, y'all. Speaking of it all, gospel great Dottie Peoples and her beau, his name is Michael Aaron. They've tied the knot according to BlackAmericaWeb.com. The couple did it this past weekend in Georgia. Her gown was reportedly purple. It wasn't just reportedly, you could see it. There was Earl Bynum. He was keeping up with all of the things. BlackAmericaWeb.com led me to the source, and I went ahead and checked it out. And on the IG, it gives insight into the two of them collaborating in terms of unifying under one before the Lord. And it sounds like the people that they wanted to be as guests for their union. The report goes on to say that gospel legend Dottie Peoples has earned several stellar awards, including Female Vocalist of the Year, Choir of the Year, and Song of the Year. Her popular songs like He's an On-Time God has spanned generations, and her hits like God Can and Count on God has also hit high on the charts and entered into the lives and the choirs of so many across the world. My personal favorite is Get Your House in Order. I love that one. Her and that choir, then the choir come in. Whoa, do it. Okay, I'm done. I'm done, y'all. But Dottie Peoples has one of those voices that's just unforgettable. It's one of those songs sometimes you turn on when you're going through some either unexplained pain or you just need a spiritual uplift. I've used it in analogies when I've been in college and some of my papers actually. Well, I've used a lot of gospel stuff actually in my papers. It's specifically songs, not pastors or anything like that. Just songs specifically in my because those songs we talk about rap songs and some of the words and the lyrics that they say, but y'all, these gospel songs, you'd be like, come on now, he's an on time God. Come on time. It's just uplifting. And the voices that are behind these songs are so powerful. And they really truly hit your spirit on another level. Gospel music now, we talk about music. Gospel music, y'all, baby. Gospel, baby. Please. Folks be at church. Come on now. For the music. Let the choir be good. They don't get what the pastor got to say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But what I'm not sorry about is the fact that Dottie Peoples has gotten married. Congratulations again, Miss Peoples. She's also earned the Dove Award. Additionally, she's also a songwriter, a producer. She's a businesswoman. And now under the consent of the Lord, she can call herself Mrs. Aaron. Y'all, that is the end of the show for today. And if you missed our latest episode, remember I actually came on this past Juneteenth because it was Juneteenth. I know it was a weekday, but I wanted to deliver a little bit more content. Plus, when I break the content up, it makes it a lot easier to do the next show. And if you missed the previous show, excuse me, you can still watch it. We discussed the latest happenings with Fox Soul's TGIF, talked a little bit about Kai Cent being put on blast about Tyler again, the return of the animated version of Everybody Hates Chris, looking forward, of course, to that. And then Eddie Murphy coming out and reprising his role as Axel F in Beverly Hills Cop 3, which is set to return to, I believe, a streaming service in July. So that's going to be coming out soon. So be sure to check that out as well in the description below, or review our channel for more critical news that you can use. Thanks again for tuning in to the Critic Chronicles YouTube channel, where you get commentary, reviews, and tabloid news. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload.